there, my name is Miss Kate and I am a dance teacher at Kay's Academy of Dance in Waco, Wisconsin. This is a Poms video for anybody who's currently in a Poms class. We're going to do a warm-up, we're going to do some stretching, we're going to do a lot of kick stuff, and then I'm going to give you some pointers on what you should be working on your own other videos and workouts to reference, and what you should just be doing to make sure you're keeping your skills up and you're ready when we finally resume classes. So let's get going here. We're going to start with a warm-up. We're just going to do some step claps, and then we're going to work into some deep second plies with a clap. Okay, then we'll do some chasse ball changes. If you can find a larger space, I don't have the largest space available to me here at home, but gaining as much distance and height in that chasse as you can to help work your whole body. Even if you have the opportunity to take a quick break and take a quick jog, maybe jog around the block, that's great for your endurance. With Poms, you know that you need a lot of endurance. And then we will finish out with some arm strengthening. In Poms, having a strong upper body is actually very important. In fact, it's important in all styles of dance because it helps us control our posture. With Poms, especially with kicking, we can't have posture where our shoulders are all crunched up and everything in our chest is tense. We have to pull your shoulders back and down, presenting from the sternum, just like in ballet, to keep and help everything stay in place. It makes everything easier. It makes everything look a lot better too. So we're gonna work some arm stuff, okay? All right. So here we go. We're gonna start with the step claps. Here we go. Alright, deep second. Chasse ball change. That feeling when I'm all alone. So please don't make me wait, 'cause I don't wanna break. No, I don't wanna fall. Good. And get those arms going. Content, I'm not afraid to be. You don't make me wait. Other way. Make sure you're engaging all your muscles in your arms right now, pulling your shoulders blades back and down. Nice big and controlled arm circles. Palms down. How's your posture? Are you still pulling your shoulder blades back and down? Flip it over. Maybe I should stop confessing. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go again, go up and down. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my reputation, manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing. Good, and stretch those arms out a little bit. There's nothing holding me back. Other way. There's nothing holding me back. She says that she's never afraid. Just picture everybody naked. She really doesn't like to wait. Not really into head
hesitation.
Alright, so now we're gonna get on the floor and we're gonna do push-ups and some planking. Okay? My younger dancers, 10 to 15 push-ups is awesome. My older dancers, 20, 30 push-ups. That's what we're looking for more, okay? And then planking, I'm going to show you some simple planks that we can do, and then I'm going to show you how to make it a little bit more complicated and challenging. So my older dancers, you are reaching for those more challenging planks, okay? So we're going to start with our planks. We're going to do just a classic plank. So for something a little bit less challenging, we can be here, here, and then for more of a challenge, we're going to go up and down, up and down. The thing to remember through all of this is not only are we engaging our arms, but we're engaging our core. You're pulling your belly button towards your spine and engaging and keeping all of this core tight. Okay, so whatever variation you're going to do, we're going to hold it there for 10, rest, and then 10. Okay. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Get a nice stretch. Good. Now, side planks. Either you can hold it up here with your knees on the floor. You can either stack your feet or have one behind the other here. Or, for my oldest dancers, we're going to be up here and we're going to reach through and up for 10. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Get a stretch over the side. Make sure you're breathing. Other side. And go up. Reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Stretch over the side. Good. All right. Push-up time. For your push-ups, you're either on your knees or all the way up on your toes. If either of those combinations is too much for you, you can use a chair or the back of a couch. Make sure your chair isn't going to slide on you, so I'm pushing mine up against the wall. Get a nice far back position and go down and up. Make sure your chair is anchored. Okay. So whatever your choice is, get in those push-ups. Remember, younger dancers 10 to 15, older dancers we're looking 20 to 30. Okay. All right. The last thing we're gonna go, or next thing, sorry, we're gonna do some stretching here. So we're gonna start in standing. Just stay with me. We're gonna start standing and we're gonna work our way to the floor. Over. Three, 2, 1. Release. Flat back. Man. Feeling that in my legs. 3, 2, 1. All the way down. 3, 2, 1. Nice deep lunge. If you can here, get your elbows on the floor. Good. That shin on the floor. Doesn't matter if you stay up tall or if you lean it over. Okay, sit it up. Grab that back foot for a quad stretch. Good. Now we're going to just rotate our hips and have our leg in half of a middle split. We're going to stretch it here. Stretching our hips and that inner thigh. Good. Stand back up. Other side. And release back. Flat back. All the way down. Deep lunge. You can get those elbows down on the floor. Let your leg fall. Should be stretching the glute and the outer thigh right now. Rotate it. Good. Okay. So, now is a great time to stretch your splits. Our younger dancers, elementary school, you should be holding your splits 10 to 15-ish seconds right in there, each side. Older dancers, you should be holding your splits 20 to 30 seconds each side. If you have your splits totally flat, prop your front leg up on something. You can grab a book, a pillow, fold up a blanket, and put your front leg on that, and continue to hold it, and then continue to drop those hips all the way back down to the floor. So now's a great time. I want you to stretch your splits. So while you're doing that, just continue to listen. So right now you should be stretching your splits. If you are ever looking for other stretching techniques, there are so many videos on YouTube on different stretching. You do want to make sure that the source you're using is good, just because you want to make sure that they have enough knowledge of the body and how things work, and that they're not showing you something that's going to end up making you hurt instead of helping you. So making sure that it doesn't have to be from some super well-known company, but making sure you're not following maybe a stretching routine of a smaller child, maybe looking for an adult. Okay, just because they have more experience, they know what's going to help better, and what could potentially maybe hurt a little bit. So there's tons of resources out there. There's also tons of strengthening and workouts, so many things. And even when it comes to Poms, going for a run is a huge help. Your endurance is super important, especially when it comes to kick lines for Poms. You have to have an endurance for Poms. So going for runs are important. During this different time right now, when you are at home all the time, it's easy to create these routines of working out, strengthening, stretching, going for a run, things like that on a daily basis. So work that into your routine now, so that when we get back into school and dance classes and things like that, you have that routine down and you're used to getting that done every single day. I'm not saying you have to do all of those things every day. I personally pick one thing. Either I do like a deep strengthening or a deep stretching for my day, or I do a big endurance thing for the day, a big cardio thing. Mine's not running. I stay at home because I have my 2 kiddos and I can't go for a run with both of them very easily. But pick something and do that every single day and get into that routine now when you are home and you have the ability to get into that routine. You have the time to get into that routine now too. Also share your plan with your parents. They will help make sure that you stay on your schedule that you want to stick to. And they will help hold you accountable until you hold yourself accountable, if that's something you need, if you're somebody that needs that extra check-in. I know I need that extra check-in from my husband of, hey, you said you were going to do this, so why don't you get it done? The other thing is, always make sure if you're going to stretch for the day, you need to do some sort of warm-up activity. You need to warm your body up first. So we did the step claps and the lunges and things like that, and we even worked our arms. That warms up your muscles enough. Do not stretch on cold muscles. That's not good. That's a good way to hurt yourself. So make sure you always are warming yourself up before you get stretching. You should always have a warm up and a cool down with any type of workout. Even just a couple of good plies or breathing is a great warm up. Okay? Just because you're doing something for Poms doesn't mean you can't do some ballet in there. Okay? So the last thing we're going to work on is kicks. Okay? This is tricky because we're not together, so you can't work on that team atmosphere of kicking together. But you personally can work on your kicks. There are so many things that go into great kicks. So many things that you need to continue thinking about and working. Okay? And oddly enough, there's a lot of things that come from ballet technique that are necessary in kicks. Okay? So, grab a chair, because you're going to need it. Okay, now when we're doing our kicks, just like in ballet, we have to engage our core, which is going to end up pulling our pelvis back into place. We have to pull our shoulder blades back and down, presenting with the sternum, okay? Engaging our entire trunk here, okay? So, we're going to first do batmas, holding onto the chair. Now, some of you ladies do not do kicks at 4 levels. Some of you do, but not everybody does. So there are 4 levels technically. There's a touch, there's a baby, there's a hip, and there's a high. My high is not very high. So if that's not where your class is, that's okay. Do what your class is doing. Okay? But first we're going to start, instead of just doing high batmas, we're going to start touch, low, medium, high. okay? And we're going to go nice and slow. And then we'll switch to the other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 6. Again, touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high. Again, touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high. Again, touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high. Last time, touch, in, baby, in, medium, in. Good. Switch side. You should not just be feeling it in your legs. You should be feeling it in your core, in your shoulders. If you want, keep your hand here instead to try and feel that core engaging. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, touch, in, baby, in, meet, in, high, in, touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high. Again, touch, in, medium, in. Oops, sorry, I got my labels. One more. Touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high, in. Good. All right. Are y'all done with the chair? And we're going to add another layer in here now. Hands just behind your back. Okay? Same exercise. Starting with our right, we'll do this way. Okay? Here we go. Touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high, in, touch, in, baby, in, medium, in, high. Other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. In, baby, in, medium, in, high, in, medium, in. Good. Okay? Now, you can continue to repeat that. You can continue to do that. Next thing we're going to practice, or something you can be doing now, is you can be doing your kicks across the floor. So arms out in big T, okay? Why do we do this? Because we have to have control. Our arms are further away from our body now, okay? And it forces us to have control, okay? So we can do our kicking batmas across the floor. I can't do it in my house because I have very limited space. If you can at your house, that's great. Please do so. Parents, if you're watching or you're with your dancer right now, make sure their arms aren't flopping all about. They need to be using their arm muscles, their shoulders, to control their arms as well as their abdominal muscles. Okay? So usually what I like to do is I follow behind the dancer, and if their arms are going all over the place, I'll kind of mess with their arms a little bit, forcing their arm muscles to engage, and they will. Okay? So tell your dancer to do that. So that's something you can quick pause the video and do that now. If you'd like, or do it after the video, that's a good thing too. Otherwise, the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to work on our kicks with a bounce. So not all of you are doing this in your dance right now, and that's okay. If you want to try something new, great, jump on in. If you don't want to do the bounce, don't. Some of you are not doing this in your classes right now, and that's okay. My youngest Poms class, we are not doing bounces right now. You can try this right now with us, but we won't be doing this in your dance. My older Poms class is, so it just depends on the class you're in. So we're going to do 4 touches, 4 baby kicks, 4 mediums, and 4 highs with a bounce, meaning we're going to bounce, then foot out. Okay? okay? If you're not at this point, okay, maybe this is a good time to be doing those kicks across the floor, the nice big T, and just be kicking across the floor. If this is not the point you're at right now, okay? Everybody else, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. Baby. Medium. High. Okay. Even that, I know I was really bouncy. So you need to make sure that you're engaging everything. Okay. Let's do that a couple more times and then we'll be done. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. A good thing to make sure too is that you're not bouncing all over the place. You're staying where you're supposed to be. Okay? Alright, last one. Here we go. Bring it home. 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Very nice. Wonderful job, ladies. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy. I miss you guys like crazy. I hope that we see you guys soon. Continue from this point on practicing your routine. Also, I forgot there's a couple other things. Make sure you are also practicing your leaps, jumps, core work especially. Upper body, core work, super important, and your turns. Please make sure you are practicing your turns. If you are an older dancer and you're working on a la secondes, make sure you're working on your a la secondes right now. Pirouettes, double pirouettes. Parents, you know more than you think you do. Give yourself more credit. Watch your dancer. Help them out. If anything, saying, okay, this looked great, but you looked really wobbly right there. Or this part in your dance looks great, but this doesn't. Or help them out. Even just being that second set of eyes. Even just holding a video camera or a phone to record them so they can watch themselves later is huge. But give yourselves more credit. You're learning a lot yourselves by watching their classes or them practice at home or even these videos. So there are things that you're seeing that they're not. So make sure that you guys are communicating that with your dancers as well. Otherwise, hope to see you guys soon.